Hey there. So, you're looking into a medically necessary circumcision and probably have a ton of questions, right? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk you through the whole process, from why it's needed to what recovery looks like, all based on solid medical guidance.
All right, first things first. What are we actually talking about here? Simply put, circumcision is the surgical removal of the foreskin. That's the skin that covers the head of the penis. It's a very common and well-understood procedure, and we're going to break down what it all means.
So here's our game plan. We're going to cover what circumcision is, why it might be necessary from a medical standpoint, what your options are, what the surgery and recovery actually look like, and finally, what to expect in the long run.
Let's dive right in. Now, you've probably heard that circumcision is a pretty common procedure around the world, but today we're zeroing in specifically on the medical reasons a doctor might recommend it for adults or older children.
Right, so people choose circumcision for a whole bunch of reasons. Could be cultural, religious, or maybe just personal hygiene preferences. But for our purposes today, we are focusing exclusively on the medical side of things. Why would a doctor say this is the best path forward?
And that leads us right to the big question. Why is it actually necessary? What are the specific medical conditions that might make a doctor say, hey, we should really consider this surgery? Let's get into those key reasons. Okay, so here are the primary medical drivers. You've got conditions like phimosis, which is basically a foreskin that's too tight. That can make cleaning difficult and lead to recurring infections, which are called balanitis. Then there's something called paraphimosis, which is a real emergency. That's where the foreskin gets trapped and can cut off blood flow. So, as you can see, we're not talking about minor annoyances here. These issues often cause significant pain and real health problems.
And you know, forget the clinical terms for a second. What does this actually feel like for someone? It often boils down to real-world symptoms like pain during erections or just not being able to retract the foreskin properly. These are usually the experiences that lead someone to see a doctor in the first place.
So once a problem like this is identified, what are the next steps? You know, it's not always an immediate jump to surgery. Let's explore the different treatment paths that are available.
You basically got two main approaches here. For milder cases of a tight foreskin, a doctor might suggest trying some non-surgical things first, like steroid creams or gentle stretching exercises. But, and this is a big but, for more significant issues like scarring or infections that just keep coming back, those methods often aren't enough. And that's when circumcision is seen as the most effective, one-and-done solution.
Now for the part I'm sure is on a lot of people's minds, the surgery itself and the recovery process. Honestly, understanding what to expect can really help ease any anxiety, so we're going to go through it step by step. The procedure itself is pretty straightforward. It all starts with anesthesia to make absolutely sure there's no pain. Next, the foreskin is removed. Then, the skin is closed up with stitches that actually dissolve on their own, so you won't need to go back to have them taken out later. And finally, a protective dressing is applied. It is super important to know what to expect right after you're out of surgery. Seeing some swelling, bruising, and feeling some discomfort is completely normal. Really, it's just your body's natural response as it gets to work on healing. This timeline gives you a really good roadmap for the healing process. In the first couple of weeks, you'll focus on just gentle movement while the swelling goes down and the stitches dissolve. It's absolutely crucial to avoid any strenuous activities, and that includes sexual activity for about 4 to 6 weeks. You have to give your body time to heal properly. By the 3-month mark, you should be fully healed and see the final result.
Of course, safety is always priority number one. While complications are rare, you need to know the warning signs. If you experience any heavy bleeding, signs of infection like a fever or unusual drainage, or severe pain that just isn't getting any better, you need to call your doctor right away. Don't wait.
So after the surgery's done and the recovery is over, what can you expect in the long term? Let's take a look at life after everything is all healed up.
And this brings us to the long-term benefits, which is the whole reason for the procedure in the first place, right? This includes a permanent solution to whatever that initial medical issue was, much easier hygiene, a reduced risk of future infections, and a return to normal sexual function after healing. For so many, this leads to a really significant improvement in their quality of life.
And we'll end on this very reassuring note. When circumcision is performed for the right medical reasons, it provides a permanent solution, and patient satisfaction is overwhelmingly high. So, is this a journey that ends with a definitive solution? Well, for the vast majority of patients, the answer is a clear and simple yes.